Hello and welcome back to another review. And today we have Timberborn. And as I always do, I'll go straight into, is it worth buying Timberborn now in 2022? And my answer is yes. But before we get into details on why I think that, please don't forget to leave a like, because that helps me quite a lot. The first thing we have to say is, what is Timberborn? Basically, Timberborn is a city building game where you have beavers, vertical architecture, river control or dams, and droughts. So that's your thematic in this game, where you have to actually survive the drought, build your city vertically, and control the rivers, building dams so you have enough water to survive those droughts that we have. But what are the pros from Timberborn? Well, I have to start with the more obvious, which are beavers. So yes, you do have beavers playing, and they are quite fun. It's just lovely to see them running around, even their voice and how, like, the population when they grow, they just crazy going everywhere. So it's pretty cool to see that. But on more the game thematics, the challenges are also a pro for the game because it keeps things interesting and gives you some goals. Namely, I think the main challenge here are the droughts, because you have to survive that. Otherwise, your whole population can die of thirsty or hungry, and that's not good. So it's funny how, like, playing, for example, City Skylines, you might not even notice when you have a death wave, but if one beaver dies, you feel like, oh no, what have I done? So this is quite fun, actually. Another pro that I have is creativity freedom. So you basically can do quite a lot with the environments and building things and creating dams, and the way you stack buildings on top of each other, how you actually raise water, lower water, and it's so much fun when you free yourself from some constraints that usually have in games where you build horizontally. Again, to make a comparison with like City Skylines, where you basically just zone or put down buildings and that's it. Or you can have like a building with 30 stories, but you can put anything on top of that. You can stack. That's the word I'm looking for. In Timberborn, you can definitely do that, and you are actually encouraged to do that. So it's quite awesome, the amount of things you can do just thinking on a 3D level there, where you can actually build horizontally and vertically as well. So that's quite good. Then, which brings me, I'm talking about verticality, which is also a pro point for me, but I think I've said enough about that. It's just like, it really adds another layer and that you can do quite a lot. Now, the game is also being constantly updated, which is quite good. The game is actually still in early access, but it received its first major update, and that is quite a lot of things that players have been asking and changing on some mechanics, adding some new content, some decorations. That's quite a lot that was added to the game, and I really like the pace that they're coming through and what they are delivering. I think it has like a solid future. And there are some mods as well that are being created at the moment. I don't think this is a major point for the game, but I think it's worth mentioning anyway. Now, the cons of the game. I believe we need more factions. So you start the game with 2 factions, and I think this could add a lot of dynamic to the game when you add more factions, and some of them maybe have different buildings, different, could be like easier for them to do one thing or another, but it just adds to the challenge and make things a lot more interesting and gives you more replayability. And my last con is, I think we need more goals into the game. Like, I've been having a lot of fun. If you watch my Let's Play series, I do create my own challenge and want to like set some goals and want to do that. But I think the game just provides basically one challenge, and that's survival. And that survival is through surviving droughts. Now, we could have more challenge things like we should store this amount of water, or maybe survive, have like a challenge mode where you have just longer and longer drafts to see where that takes you. And I think that would add quite a lot. But anyway, in conclusion, I think Timberborn it's a really fun game. It's worth the money you pay for it. It's still in early access. There's a lot that's coming from the developers, and I think you have a lot of fun. I certainly have. You can take a look at the Let's Play series again and make sure that this game is for you, or maybe it's not. But for me, it certainly is. It brings a twist for a genre that was way overdue. And there's a lot of things in the market, they're all repetitive, and this brings you a new challenge, which is quite good. So for now, that'll be all for today, but thanks for watching. Consider watching the video on your screen as well. That might be fun for you. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.